And Bharatiya Janata Party has locked horn in straight fight in 14 parliamentary constituencies in northern Karnataka where polling was held today. And there are seats from south as well. Now, India Allied Janata Dal Secular was not contesting in these 14 seats. But the question is, which I am asking, will Prajwal Revanna's sex scandal impact polls in Karnataka? Will the Congress be able to beat odds in the state? On this issue, I am joined by Vijay Grover, senior journalist, and Mohammad Wajiullah and Brijesh Pandey in studio. I'll straight away go to Vijay Grover and I'll play the graphics also, whereby we list the number of seats which have gone to the poll. And the question I am asking is, have things changed in Karnataka, or is it going to be a repetition of 2019?
Well, Karthikeya, good evening. The first thing, there is a whole change in the narrative which we are seeing in the last 10 days, the way the things have changed. One reason being the Prajwal case. The dent would have been much bigger if, Prajwal Revanna had not managed to get the gag order yesterday from the High Court, which restricts media from discussing about the tapes and the pen drive which has been circulating for some time. So clearly that has come as a relief for him. Otherwise, the Kannada channels which are going gaga over this entire issue and, getting the explicit details of some of the cases and all that kind of a thing, at least they have been restricted from sharing all those details, which could have impacted especially the women voters in a big way. So since there has been silence now and the election is over now, so this is something which could have helped the BJP, because the impact was coming more on the BJP as being an ally of the JDS, because, the question that a lot of people have in their mind is as to, which party should they hold accountable for the simple fact that, while Prajwal Revanna was from the JDS, but the fact that, every incident that happened was in the know of the BJP and the Congress from December 2023, but no leader worth his salt actually took any action.
You are saying that it's not going to have much of an impact?
It will have an impact on the women voters, but the fact that for the last 2 days we have seen the media silence on this, that is something which, has diverted the narrative from what it
why is the media silent in Bengaluru?
Because the High Court has given a directive, a gag order, that the media cannot discuss this case, and because it is impacting Prajwal Revanna, and also the fact that women's privacy is being impeached. So that is something where the High Court had given a gag order yesterday, and after that the media has gone silent on this, and that is something which has changed the narrative back to Congress versus BJP fight. So that is some saving grace for the BJP and the JDS, that they're not having to defend that much as they were faced last week on this entire thing. But the second part that you asked about, the shift from 2019, yes, there is a huge shift from 2019, because there has been anti-incumbency against a lot of BJP leaders who were sitting MPs. And that's the reason why the BJP had to change 10 of its MPs from the 2019 list, because it knew the ire was that much high. So clearly, even though it's a senior leader like Umesh Yadav, or it is like Kuba or Basavaraj Bome who's campaigning, there seem to be angry voters who are not angry with Prime Minister Modi per se, but they are unhappy that their members of parliament in the past had not, delivered what they had been promised. So that is something which, could change the game in a couple of constituencies. I will not see a big number of, shift in terms of out of these 14 that we're seeing result change. But at least in 4 constituencies or 5 constituencies, there could be a shift, because these constituencies were all held by the BJP in the past.
Brijesh, is there a change?
Well, I think this issue will definitely have an impact. I agree with Vijay when he says that, had there not been a gag order, and I think, it was unfortunate that the identities of those women, who featured in those clips came out, causing, we are reading reports of also that how, they faced embarrassment and ostracization
Stigma
at home, when their identities were revealed. And I think this is the basis on which the High Court has issued that gag order. But I think, this particular release of these videos had definitely definitely put JDS in a spot of bother, and more than JDS, the Bharatiya Janata Party, because women related issues and honor of women is something which is a very constant theme of Prime Minister Narendra Modi from 2014 onwards, and this puts a serious question mark on how the entire gag thing got released, how the Congress was playing the video of Prime Minister seeking a vote for Prajwal. All those, the Congress used it to the hilt. It could have been much better, but I personally feel that this will definitely have a impact on it, especially among the women voters.
Vaji, your big picture, our debate is not the sex abuse controversy. Let me be very clear. It's not that. Our focus is 18 seats that have gone to poll. So what's the most powerful issue that has affected them, and is it correct that Congress is making a comeback? And was Revanna an issue or not? Mr. Grover said that it's not much of an issue in those seats.
To say if Congress is making a comeback, it's too far-sighted, because these are the 14 seats where the BJP had already won in 2019. They may have a dent in these 14 seats where they might lose a few seats because of the anti-incumbency. But on the other hand, the issues that we were talking about, whether Prajwal Revanna will actually make a difference or not in this particular election, well, yes, the women voter may get influenced. But if we see JDS does not have a great impact in North Karnataka, they are nowhere present in North Karnataka. But BJP's association with them may find some some problem with the people on ground. But on the other hand, the Neha Hiremat issue is still an issue that has been keeping places like Hubli, Dharwar, Uttar Kannada alive, because this touched upon the core Hindutva vote bank of the BJP, which is prominent in these areas. So that might be one of the issues that will also sway in between the entire Prajwal Revanna issue. But yes, Prajwal Revanna will have its relevance in this particular thing, because though there is a gag order, you cannot shut social media. And right now on social media, there are a lot of memes, there are a lot of reels on this particular thing. Though they may not be showing the sex video, but they are talking about this in some form or the other. So there may be a gag on television, but on social media, you still don't have a gag on it.
You see, the point is you have a gag order which tells you are not supposed to discuss the case. You're not supposed to analyze it. But elections are there. You have 500 things which are going to impact the elections. And that is what our story is. Let me just play out the bites of two important players.
Investigation, already I explained everything. This government there doesn't want any fair inquiry. They are misusing their office. Ultimately, nothing will happen. Ultimately, they wanted to character assassination about Revanna. For that, they are misusing the office. You are meeting governors? Yeah, within 1 or 2, with all documentary evidence, we are going to submit a memorandum to the governor to take action against this government from the central government. Yeah, definitely. The way in which inquiry is going on, this is not special investigation team. This is Siddaramaiah investigation team and Shivakumar investigation team.
जो भी प्रज्वल रेवन्ना का इशू हुआ है, we already condemned this act. Bharatiya Janata Party never supports this kind of attitude, this activities. लेकिन जिस तरीके से कांग्रेस पार्टी इसको इस्तेमाल कर रहा है, अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी, if they would have wished, they could have stopped Prajwal Revanna from living away from the country. But कांग्रेस पार्टी ऐसा नहीं किया है. जो कांग्रेस पार्टी is in power in Karnataka, 21st they were aware of these videos. मेरे हिसाब से कांग्रेस के सीनियर लीडर्स के हाथ में था पिछले 1 महीने से, लेकिन they have been waiting for the timing. तो कांग्रेस पार्टी को इश्यू से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. कांग्रेस पार्टी को इससे पॉलिटिसाइज करना है, इसको कांग्रेस पार्टी को इसको पॉलिटिकली इस्तेमाल करना है. इसके बारे में ज्यादा दिलचस्पी है.
Vijay, the central Karnataka, the north Karnataka is a pretty diverse, and the coastal Karnataka, they're pretty diverse in context of community, in context of economy, and in context of how they vote. Is there a difference, palpable difference you have felt on the ground when it comes to the vote of this phase today?
Well, see, Karthikeya, the one thing that is very visible today is, the enthusiasm with which the people have gone out and voted, and that is something which is remarkable. The fact that the voting started today at 6 a.m. and not at the 7 a.m., which is the usual time, to beat the heat, because, the kind of heat wave that we are facing in Karnataka was one concern that the parties had, that the polling would come down like the first phase. So 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. is what the polling has been. And let me tell you, even at the 5 p.m. slot, some of the constituencies had recorded over 70% polling. Most others had recorded around 60%. And that is something which clearly shows that, the voters this time around are equally or more enthused compared to, this first phase of polling in Karnataka. Because we've seen the typical urban voters lackness which was there in the first phase, when Bangalore voted only about 55% or 54%. But in the rural Karnataka, especially the North Karnataka, we've seen that the voters participate in elections like a democracy festival during the campaign and on the polling day. And a constituency like Chikkodi and Gulbarga, which saw already about 70% plus polling in till 5 p.m. and the polling continues till 7 p.m. today, clearly shows that, this could be something which could be a landmark.
Vijay, is the election in Karnataka, like many other North Indian states, about Modi, or local factors are at play?
Well, see, very clearly, as far as the national election is concerned, the BJP voters certainly are voting for Modi. That's something which is, there, because a lot of voters, especially the upper caste, feel that, this is a vote of thanks that they want to give to Modi for the Ram Mandir. And that was, decided in constituencies like Hooghly and all that. But the fact that, the BJP was forced to change its candidates was clearly because of the anti-incumbency against these sitting MPs, which was very visible. Because even when they went to file nominations, there were groups which were protesting and objecting, something which we generally don't, see in the BJP open kind of rebellions. But this time we did. And that is something which clearly raises questions as to whether this shift could happen because of, anti-incumbency against the sitting MPs. Because we saw Ishwarappa was the only one in Shimoga who revolted openly, filed his nomination as an independent. And that is something which very clearly shows that there could be a dent. That's the reason why we're saying that, 2019, 14 out of 14 was BJP.
A quick question, Vijay. Did Yediyurappa miss BJP or did BJP miss Yediyurappa?
Well, certainly Yediyurappa was missed in 2023. The fact that, the BJP lost power was because it did not give the kind of importance it should have given to Yediyurappa then. And that even if it came very late. But now we're seeing Yediyurappa and family leading the charge. And that's something because Karnataka votes a little differently from the North Indian states. It's not as communal as many of the North Indian states. But caste is a very crucial factor. And Lingayats are rallying behind Yediyurappa. There's no doubt about it. And,
okay. Vaji, you interviewed Randeep Singh Surjewala. Why was he so upbeat about this election?
I didn't get you.
You spoke to Randeep Surjewala some time back. Why was he so upbeat about this election?
He was upbeat about this election because he felt that all the pieces that they were trying to place fell in the right grounds. When it comes to their campaign also, they believe that they've cracked that code, because in 2019 they tried to, in the previous election they came up with the Pay CM campaign, and that particular campaign won them the entire votes that they won in the assembly seat. And this time they feel that the Chumbu campaign, because these were two highlights that they had in this particular campaign, and they had this as a weapon to go against the BJP. So he was very kicked about their campaigns especially. But if we see the voter turnout, like Sir mentioned, the previous panelist, that is something that is going to change the game, because more the voter turning out and coming to polling clearly gives you an indication that there seems to be an idea of change in the mind of the people. They are actually hinting at various things that have gone wrong in their state. So it clearly gives you the frustration of people coming out. So that can be a bigger factor more than what Surjewala feels in this particular election, is what I feel, Karthikeya.
Brijesh, do you think that after the elections, BJP can dump Gowdas?
Well, I think, a lot depends on how the results come out. If they feel that, that the stain of those video clips lingers on for more, they'll have no problem dumping off the Gowdas, because, the BJP is very ruthless when it comes to protecting its interest or furthering their interest. And we have seen a display of it in plenty. I honestly don't see a removal of candidates as a one short indicator of which way the wind is blowing, because this has been Prime Minister Narendra Modi's style of elections ever since he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, when we routinely used to see 30% change in the entire candidates to beat the blunt of anti-incumbency.
Vijay, you wanted to comment?
They've successfully done so.
Yeah. See, one reason why the BJP did not snap off this relationship till now is because whatever JDS voters are there, till today it is thick. I won't be surprised even if tomorrow morning there is a statement from the BJP snapping ties. That's what will be able to help the BJP move, the stains, or, clean the stains which are coming to it. Because at the end of it, we now find it's the BJP which is left defending itself. Because when the questions are asked as to who helped Prajwal Revanna escape, whether it was the state government, well, it's easy for Vijendra to say that, but the fact is that, immigration and everything are under the central control. And if he could escape international, and, we have not even given a red corner notice, only a blue corner notice has been issued. So certainly the BJP, which is left defending till now, will not want to, in the future phases, be again defending itself for somebody who's not even a party member.
I think, thank you, Avajula, thank you, Vijay. But I think the bigger issue is that Karnataka is one state where Congress feels that it can buck the trend. There is a trend in India, BJP is the dominant force in these elections. But Telangana, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, it is where Congress seems to be doing well. And in Karnataka, if it can dramatically improve its score, it means that the number of the Congress in the Lok Sabha is expected to go up. And that is why the Congress leaders themselves are pretty much upbeat about Karnataka itself, because they feel that it was this state which actually boosted their chance, which actually pumped up an average Karyakarta, that Congress can fight elections. Though they did pretty badly in the 5 assembly election, but they were able to they were able to win Telangana, whereby they were not able to retain their governments in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, but they were able to catch a new state. But that was an old story, and this was the on point 2. But the on point 3 is about Congress leader Sonia Gandhi slamming the BJP, Prime Minister Modi, for promoting strain and hatred for political gains in Indian politics.